Ah, Narayana, Sri Rama, Mata Saraswati, Vasishta, Rakshamam, Pahimam. Lovely, the world of beings, human beings especially. Very delighting it is to see them. Very enchanting, entertaining, exciting. Each one in their own discretions, discriminations, wisdoms, choices, maturities, knowledges, living their own lives. In this world of the people, so many are of so many types. Some people find solace comfort when they finish up everything and sit in front of the dining table. So bhojana priyaya namaha. Some are so funny or interesting that they finish all their unavoidable works and sit with their beloved. And that is a place of relaxation, liking, enchantment for them. Then beloved can be the wife or the beloved children. Some of them have their own pet dogs, cats, isn't it? Some just come to casuals, sit in front of TV, and then, wow, there is a joy as if of conquering the world only for them, isn't it? Some find their own pals, friends, being with them, chatting with them. वो उनका मस्त जिंदगी उसमें है आनंद. And some people say that shall I go for a walk on the beach all alone. They find that to be exciting for them. Some go for their some type of entertainments of drinkings. Some go for the music, bole bisre geet. They just finish off their works, they just put it on, they listen. Some may listen to the emotional sad songs. Some may listen to some love songs, prema sambandhi. Some theme songs. See, this world is full of variety of beings. Some go for study of books, some go through the newspapers. The world, if you look at, all wonderful. Each one, whatever is very near to their heart, close to their heart, they go for it. You know, some are fond of their walkings, joggings, exercises. Some are interested in their play. They just come, finish their work, enter into those play suits, just go. Whichever the game, sports, nature lovers are there. सैटरडे आते ही एंटायर फैमिली गोस 2 दिन के लिए छुट्टी चल घूम के आते. Don't you see the world of people? Whatever is liking to their heart, each one involved in that. Some are in crafts, some are in arts, some are in sightseeings, some are in venturing newer things, some in studying the books of common, well, not common sense thought that we see, books of general knowledge. Some are there rare go through the libraries too. And the best of all is what? मौका मिलते ही बस बिस्तरा पे घोड़े गधे बेचकर सो जाना. There's some people फिनिश द वर्क खा के ऐसे सो जाते हैं ना. Somehow उनके दिमाग में आ गया कि if I sleep for 8-9 hours, ah, finish. And they are very good. वाइफ हस्बैंड डिस्कस प्लान करके 7 बजे खाना खा के 7:30 8 बच्चों को सुलाकर 8:15 8 they also sleep. And morning they are fresh by 6 o'clock. So the 10 hours joy. Not only that, daytime also. And any friends come, any calls come, they say I'm too busy. And what is the busyness? In summer, in that AC. In the winters, in that warm things, they sleep. Why I said 100 things so far is that in the same way, there is other category people also. So far we spoke about our the non-spiritual, worldly people. We are not naming them, we are not labeling them, we are not finding fault with them, we are not blaming them, nor we are taking any right to suggest to them or who are we. Just yes, we have just narrated them. Other than them are some people, they are like, the moment they get time, they just run to the temple, sit in front of the Lord, or they go through the engagements column and see where is today some bhajan kirtan is going on, or musical instruments is going on, or any nritya kala going on, or any Mahatma has come to the city for the satsang. He goes there. Or just come home, take out the Shastra and study. Or just come, take bath or freshen up, was find his own mat in that corner of the room, close the door from inside, telling them, Mana, don't disturb. He just enjoys his japa, enjoys in his dhyana. Isn't there people of this type too, the spiritual people? Having said this second variety, now the point put in front of is, in us, among us, how many of us are that way fond of coming to these classes, either here or any of them? That there is excitement, that there is joy, that there is love, there is liking, there is longing, there is want. If this is happening, means our antakarana is purified. Antakarana is finding taste in the truth, in the reality, in the Shastra. It's a good achievement, isn't it? That's a good one if it all it is happening to anyone. It's not compelled. If it is happening. For me, thoda thoda आ रहा है. अभी पूरा नहीं. I can say 0.001% कि यार in the class only there is reminder of Rama, reminder of Mother Saraswati, reminder of great sage Vasishtha, reminder of Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, Adhyatmika Vidya, Sadhana. Arey, this is the best of all. Earlier were the days कि formality, जबरदस्ती, class खत्म करो, जाओ, enjoy the world like the earlier listed people. Now slowly it's changing. यार, when will the evening time come that is sit for yoga vasist? और पूरा नहीं हुआ, I said, 0.01%. And I bet it when it becomes 5%, 10, 20, it will be more exciting. Then our mind is only in the Shastra. And not only during the class we attentively listen, of the class also these topics, these descriptions, these thoughts, these mantras, they only will be lingering in our mind. During the day, during our other activities, in our mind, if there is lingering of the class and class time, great achievement. After the class, if those thoughts only are there in our mind, oh, today the Leela Bhagavan first he kaha, example of that Jivan Mukta he gave, Bhoga Moksha just come to him. In that way, Leela and Saraswati have landed in that very cooling Kirigrama. Then he said, Leela with her Yoga Shakti Etavata Kalena, she got that ability of knowing the Trikala. So she has become Trikalagnya. So that means I can also be Trikalagnya. Why not? So these things during the day, if they linger in our mind, that means we have attended the class seriously. If we have attended the class seriously means we are loving it. We are liking it. And there is no reason for not loving our Shastras. There are all reasons for loving it. That they are guiding us in such a decent, beautiful, dignified, well planned manner for our own evolution. Whether it is this class, Yoga Vasishta. How beautiful. I thought tell you this 1 hour, though it is tough, difficult for me to gain energy and talk to you. चलो ओके वो पार कर दिया हमने अभी कि तत्व is being talked and discussed. No, एक बार is serious, sincere class with gratitude and dedication to the Lord. When you sit, the mind is tuned to it. The moment we go out of it, we take things for granted and gone into the world case. See it? Therefore, that respect, love for this. And the next one, the Adi Shankara's Grantha. See that vigorous teaching of how to understand Tat Pada, Tvam Pada. Then how to understand the total Vakya, Tattvam Asi. And in that, Samsargartha, Vishishtartha won't help. Then what is the underlining thing? Akhanda Ekarasattvena. What do you mean by Akhanda Ekarasa? Ki Pratyak Bodha and Advayananda both are same. They are not two. Now today's topic, Tvam Drushtya, it is explained. What about the Tatpada Drushtya? Tatpada Drushtya, Paroksha Rupena, you cannot know the Ishvara's Adhisthana. But nevertheless, never mind, not required. Why? When you reach to the Pratyak Bodha, that itself will be realized as Purna and Ananda. Because it is Purna and Ananda, necessarily it must be the Adhisthana of the Samashti Ishvara. So therefore, this way, the Ishvara's Adhisthana is realized. Though we cannot know the Adhisthana, like I cannot know the Adhisthana of you, you are different. But if I know the Adhisthana of me, that being Purna and one without second, necessarily it is Adhisthana of you. So if one wave knows, it's Adhisthana of the water. Other waves Adhisthana, it need not know, because water being one without second, in the realization of one Adhisthana of one's own Panchakosha, it is realized that it is the Adhisthana of everything. बात खत्म है ना. वन ऑर्नामेंट के पीछे गोल्ड को जान ली, तो दूसरे ऑर्नामेंट के पीछे गोल्ड को जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. बिकॉज गोल्ड बीइंग अधिष्ठान, दैट बीइंग वन विदाउट सेकंड, इन द होल वर्ल्ड वेर एवर ऑर्नामेंट्स आर देयर, दैट इज ऑन द गोल्ड ओनली. ठीक है. दैट डिस्कशन सी. So to in our morning Shvetashvatara Upanishad, what a beautiful discussion is going on. एको हंसो भुवनस्यास्य मध्ये सवेवाग्निः सलिले सन्निविष्टः. है ना. सवेवाग्निः सलिले सन्निविष्टः यमेव विदित्वा अतिमृत्युमेति नान्यः पंथा विद्यते यनाय. इधर क्लास से बाहर आ गए, फंस गए दुनिया में. धीरे धीरे इट इज हैपनिंग दैट वी आर मोर सिक्योर्ड इन द क्लास because the sadvastu jnana we are getting. And therefore, let me not miss class. Followed by it, what is said in the class, lingering in his mind, in our mind. And we are even studying the book also after the class, which is a very rare feat. I know none of you do it. हो गया the class, फेंक दिया किताब अगले दिन के लिए. But if at all this happens, it's a miracle. Please just inform me. I'll celebrate. I'll make a party for myself. बिल आपको भेजूंगा नहीं मैं. Think about it. Then our Gita. What a beautiful shloka. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asitamat vashehi asya indriyani tasya prajna. And then in our Telugu, मांडूक्य उपनिषद आज तो क्या बताएं कि अल्टीमेट ऑफ द श्लोकास. अल्टीमेट ऑफ द श्लोकास. संवृत्या जायते सर्वम शाश्वतम तेन नास्ति वै. है ना. सद्भावे नहीं अजम सर्वम उच्छेदस्तेन नास्ति वै. Then whatever is born in this way, jayate na tataha. Tasya maya, tasya janma mayopamam. Janma mayopamam tesham, sacha maya na vidyate. Wow. हो गया पूरा कैप्सूल फॉर्म में. Entire Vedanta is given in 2 shlokas. And in the Skanda Purana, yesterday, today, I tell you, कल का तो अल्टीमेट था कृष्ण भगवान का पूजा उपासना द्वारका में कृष्ण दर्शन. If you do the amount of blessings that are given रे बाबा, and उससे बढ़कर आज के दिन में मैं तो फोटो भी लिया. Today's topic, I could not stop myself from taking the picture only. I'll show you कि द्वारका यात्रा की विधि एवं महिमा. नहीं, बिफोर दैट, हाँ, दिस टॉपिक ऑफ एकादशी की रात्रि में श्री हरि के समीप जागरण का महात्म्य. एकादशी के दिन if you do the जागरणा, the amount of benefits that are given here, मैं तो लिख लिया इसको पूरा इसको. At least 25-30 benefits are told आध्यात्मिक. तो थॉट आया मन में यार, एक साल पूरा two ekadashis come per month, no, 24 ekadashis let us do jagaran, because so much punya is there. I'm just telling, when we are in the study of Shastras in such classes, we are given that information. We are given that opening of the eye intellect. We are given that inspiration. Other than this, the whole world is in the indulging mood. How can they inspire us for this noble, this divine path? People are struggling in their own survival. And more than that, in their own kama sakti, raga sakti, bhoga sakti, vishya sakti. सब आसक्ति है कोई जा सकती ही नहीं. Isn't it? But in the class, I'm just asking you to ask yourself, are we finding that comfort? I gave you the so many examples. Bhaga daudi karke, come and be comfortable in that AC under the quilt. Somebody finds comfort in terms of in front of TV, some with their beloved, some in their own food, some with their friends. एक एक बंदा अपना अपना उसी तरह एक स्पिरिचुअल साधक को अपना शास्त्र, अपना उपासना, अपना गुरु से गुफ्तगू, अपने भगवान से गुफ्तगू करना या अपने सत्संग में बैठना. So they are the ones. If it is happening, अंतःकरण has become शुद्ध. हाँ, वो कैसा होगा समझ लगातार आते रहो तो होता है. मैं तो अभी तक अलग अलग एग्जाम्पल दे रहा था. नो विथ फुल स्ट्रेंथ और कॉन्फिडेंस I can give my own example. That's what I said. There's no sukun then in the class, though it is tough, it is energy taking, it is demanding so much of attention, concentration that I have to study, I have to remember, and I have to talk to you. And not that one text, six of them, and in each one of them again seven classes. देखो पागलपन कर रहा हूं मैं, I know that. But still, with all that extra effort and struggle, यार यही तो भगवान की कृपा है. Bhagavan ki kripa is two. One is Bhagavan's kripa. Second is making us realize Bhagavan's kripa. Both are Bhagavad kripa. In the first Bhagavad kripa, he gives us this adhyatmika ruchi and avasar, taste and opportunity. Then he makes us realize कि दिस भटकती हुई अटकती हुई लटकती हुई आत्मा को भगवान ने ट्रैक पे ले आया. Isn't it? Or we are not those who are coming regularly on a track now. The first track is coming to the class. Second track, listening to Tattva Shastra. Third track is understanding them. Fourth track is accepting the goal indicated as our goal. Fifth one, be thorough about the path known. Sixth one is start walking in that path. One by one, tracks we are slowly coming onto. And if not this, tell me, left to our own mind, with its whims and fancies, with its slavery to the senses, with its compelling effect forced by the vasanas, and which our buddhi cannot do anything. वो तो कमजोर है ना? बुद्धि cannot do, like when the Islam terrorists were molesting our Hindu women. The Hindu men were nothing, they couldn't do anything under the power of that Rakshasas. Or when they were breaking our temples or killing our pandits or burning our shastras. What the Hindu men were doing, Bichara, they couldn't do. In the same way, when the vasanas are pushing our mind and the senses are pulling our mind, the buddhi में क्या करूं, because उसको ताकत दिया ही नहीं हमने. The whole world is like that. But now the intellect is becoming stronger. It's able to withstand to onslaught of vasanas, mind and senses. थोड़ा थोड़ा तो शुरू हुआ. And all that is the gift of the Gurus and God in this class Satsanga. And that's because we gave gift to ourselves that we are regular. We are making it convenient for ourselves. That Purushartha makes you deserve 100% marks. Keep it up. Our Purushartha of being regular to the class is the greatest one. We really acknowledge those who are regular. है ना? And those are irregular, I suggest to them, come out of that mind's justification. You may not like me or this class, never mind. You may be bored, some of you, because of such a long time, same monotonous way of speaking. But there are thousand speakers, are there? Somewhere you stick to. Be in touch with the truth through Shastra. I request you, I don't even suggest, because I love you. All those who are, coming to this class and others, कहीं ना कहीं लगे रहो यार वो, नहीं तो मिस हो जाएगा, छूट जाएगा वो. मैं यही कह रहा हूँ, भगवान क्या बढ़िया कृपा, गुरु की कृपा. फ्रॉम वेयर दिस थॉट आई डोंट नो केम ड्यूरिंग दैट कोरोना टाइम. Where to go? We didn't know. Anyway, there's nothing to go. Nowhere to nothing to. Started one class, then started second, then third, fourth, fifth, sixth. 8 classes we used to do. One for the youth also, the other one. But those two little heavy हो गया छोड़ दी. But for last 5.5 years, every day 6 classes, we are going on doing. If not for Guru Kripa, Ishvara Kripa, it could have been impossible. And today we can say yes, we are on the track, blessed by the Lord. Not arrogance, but there is a confidence, which is a beginning, not the end of it. With this confidence gained, now we will become more committed. Right from learning Sanskrit better, and then every of the Shastras which we are already studying them thoroughly, spending some time for contemplation, taking up new Shastra. जिंदगी बाबा शास्त्र के द्वारा परमात्मा के नजदीक जाने में ही है. Some people say, no need of Shastra, just say Ram, Ram, Krishna, Krishna. Just say, there's some saints only they say. Why so many Shastra? Just read one sentence or what I am telling you, contemplate on the self. प्राण पे contemplate करो या पुराण पे दृष्टि लगाओ या अहम पे दृष्टि लगाओ. None of those paths are wrong. All of them are right. But somehow to this speaker, more respect and reverence is there to the authority of Shastra than anything. The reason is the authority of all knowledge is Krishna. Krishna himself says, Tasmat Shastram Pramanam. Isn't it? There are some great speakers. So beautifully they guide you through meditation into the highest without referring to any sloka of any Shastra. It works. We are not denying it. But ours is this. We don't want to take those chances. Whereas our rishis, munis, पहुंचे हुए हैं, so they with so much of love, kindness, compassion, invoke the Lord that we want to guide the further generations. The Lord expressed through them in the form of these mantras. And they have codified them, written them, time and again they only come in the form of the Guru Parampara, going on protecting, preserving, preaching these Shastras. They brought up to this. The lineage, the Guru Paramparas, Parishrama and Kripa and Karuna, in this so great. So it is more, I believe, I don't impose on anyone, compel on anyone. It is more beautiful to be in that Guru Parampara lineage of studying the Tattva through the Shastras. And for us, the three authorities are our own Puja Gurudev, our own Bhagwan Adi Shankara, our own Bhagwan Vyasji. उन्होंने शास्त्र सामने रखकर ही तत्व पढ़ाया. Isn't it? How, where should I look anywhere here and there? और मुझे और किसी को क्यों सुनना है? When I got the best, isn't it? When I got the highest authority, happy. I'm telling about myself. है ना? Because some people feel, why किताब पढ़ के श्लोक बोल के बोलते हैं, उसके बिना भी बोल सकते हैं ना. And when he makes that chanting, that time is so heavy load to us because we don't understand, we don't have book in front. See, that's your problem. What can I do? You get a book. Every time, everyone cannot change for others, no? I cannot change for you. I am liking it and I am not, as long as when I am not doing wrong, why should I change? क्या शास्त्र पढ़ना पढ़ाना गलत है क्या? शास्त्र श्लोकों का उच्चारण करके एक्सप्लेन करना, who says it is galat? I don't think. Anyway, my main question today, taking these 10 12 minutes is, or even 20 is, are we excitingly waiting for our any of these satsangas and the subject in it? All morning and evening. Evening has its own uniqueness. Morning to 7 activities we are doing. So Veda Parayana, Dhyana Puraka Mantrocharana, the common sense thought. The Mangalacharana shlokas, the hearty sankalpa every day. And Upanishad Parayana, Upanishad Adhyanam. Wow, it's so good. I am really delighted that this way the Lord is blessing. It is sheerly Kripa of the Lord. It can be seen. Right, friends? So be blessed by choice by coming to the class, and be blessed by coming to the class, because in this class the tattva we are reminded of, and so many other required informations, inspirations. Om 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 Sahana Vavadu Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Om Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Om Shankaram Shankaracharya Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyana Om Shruti Smriti Purana Om Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Om Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidyacharya ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण श्री राम वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद् योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण उक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्तितेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थमस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मादानन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्योभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुगगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधिनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमुपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कथ्यते कीर्त्यते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिगलयन् शिष्यभावं विदेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः वसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः योगवासिष्ठमहारामायणशास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्तिप्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने परम आकाशवर्णनं नाम एकोनत्रिंशतितमः सर्गः श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच. So, yesterday we made a chanting. We also saw 3 or 4 mantras of this 29th Sarga. What is the name? Parama Akasha Varnanam. The Paramakasha Varnana will be done later on, but before that, for more than half of this Sarga, Leela narrating to Mother Saraswati. In that Girigrama, her earlier life as a Brahmani, what she has done, all that. So that tells us the the presence of Punarjanma ityadi, Purvajanma ityadi. And with the Yoga Sadhana, one can recollect all of that. But the wisdom of all wisdoms is that this Janma Marana and this Karma Phala, this Aneka Ragadvesha, Sambandha Bandhavya, put together called Samsara, goes on going on, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. And it's a beautiful intellection only by human being to think and understand that why go through this transmigrational life? Is there any way out to be reaching to a permanent state of being? Then we are told all this happens as long as you accept yourself as individual other than Brahman. That is the meaning of what we are enjoying last 2 days in our evening class. Abrahmatvam tvamarthasya vyavarteta tadaiva. As long as I am considering myself a Brahma other than Brahman, so long with the Upadhi Tadatmya, I do karma, go through. So then become Nirupadhika Brahman, realize the Nirupadhika Brahman, all this Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Shayanam, Ya Samsare Bahudustare, Kripaya Pare Pahimura. And for a thick skinned, dull intellectual fellow, you will only see one or two superficial pleasures. Enchanted by that, he chooses to be in this samsara of transmigration. But for a little wise person, thinker, inquirer, the one who is unbiased, not lazy in his thinking, he knows you are entering into the womb of mother and there in that septic tank staying for 9 months and thrown out in that dirt and filled that childhood and then sent to the school, those struggles and college struggle. Every time there is struggle for money and for bhoga, continuously not knowing what to do and end up in doing wrong things and getting kicked, insulted. Then the disease of the body, accidents of the body, misunderstanding with the people. अरे ये पूरे जिंदगी में सुख कहाँ है रे बाबा? Isn't it competition with the co-fellow beings and they defeat us, they cheat us, and we are not smart enough to cheat them? You understand? क्या क्या an intelligent person thinks all that and इतना झमेला होता होता where it ends up only in just dying a pathetic unrecognized useless death and that also एक आध दो दिन लोग कुछ रोएंगे दुखी होंगे देर आफ्टर ओनली कैलकुलेट वेयर आर द अमाउंट्स ही हैज पुट इन द बैंक बस ले लो एक धीरे धीरे स्मृति से वो फोटो लग जाता है उधर when the children little bit grow and they got some medals and awards वो फोटो निकाल के उधर वो लगा देते photo goes into almirah and once in a year during Shraddha time our photo comes out after some time even that also is gone एक बार गया मैं गया श्राद्ध किया अब करने की जरूरत नहीं even after our departure what happens to our memory in the world who is remembered in this world so knowing all that a thinker thinks and becomes utterly selfish. And that selfish may S is capital letter. Where, having heard from the Guru, he pursues the eternal self. The non-thinker, he only indulges in the world. So the Leela story is to enlighten us in this understanding. Leela and her husband. Husband continued to be samsari jiva. He was in fact a Brahmana Janma. Brahmana say he became Raja. From that another Raja. And there is already told that he is such a bad fellow. That is enough hint to tell us that what will be his further lives. He'll fall down only. अब ये बंदा गंदा है इतना बोल दिया तो काफी है ना उसका अगले जन्म क्या होगा कहने की जरूरत नहीं and the Leela with all her ignorance first identified herself with the her own sharira and thought herself to be human then in her ignorance illusion she was identified with husband. 2 lives it went on. But in the second life, her destiny, her punya karma prevailed and she could invoke Mother Saraswati. And from her, she heard the Chidakasha Jnanam. Now she is into a totally different track. And I am not the Dehendra Upadhi, I am Brahman. When I am not Dehendra Upadhi, how come I have any emotional, sentimental relation with anybody? Today she will tell in the fifth or sixth shloka, they are so busy in taking care of things and beings and people and household duties कि मैं कौन हूँ ये संसार कहाँ से आया ये कब तक रहेगा ये कैसे जाएगा एक मिनट के लिए भी मुझे सोचने का सोच भी नहीं हुआ शी सेज आई नेवर हैड ए थॉट to ask these things exactly as it happens to all of us too. And in some of us, very unfortunate fellows, gurus love us, they want to teach us, they welcome us, and we take them for granted and we insult them and we engage in those things which our own mind tells. अब ऐसे लोगों को देखकर ना मुझे तो तरस आता. Then I stopped all the tarasvara. Dhire dhire, I am removing one by one from my mind. Why they carry the load of that? When they can, I am sannyasi or they are sannyasi. Now I am thinking that. When they can give me up and my classes, why should I think about that? Leave. अपना मन भगवान में लगा. It is the meaning of sarvadharman parityaja, isn't it? For me, I am telling. Unfortunate are those people that when they have saints sages around, yet they don't want to engage. And they don't ask also कि ऐसा हो रहा है मेरी जिंदगी में मैं साधना नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ या सत्संग नहीं सुन पा रहा हूँ गुरु महाराज कुछ कहो पूछते भी नहीं क्योंकि कुछ दिन सुनेगा तो खुद गुरु बन गए ना दैट इज द मोस्ट डेंजरस थिंग व्हेन आई थिंक दैट आई नो नाउ therefore I don't need to ask anyone. That is the biggest side effect happens especially after listening to Vedanta for few days. You know, I know I need not ask anyone. And do you do what you know? No, I don't do. See that cartoon? With all the knowledge, that fellow is only watching TV, eating food, sleeping, becoming lazy, especially between that age of 40, 38 to 58, 60. ये इतना भयंकर एज होता है wherein you know everything therefore you don't ask anyone and you express as if you know everything therefore no guru dares even to tell you also. है ना कोई बंदा ऐसे साथ साथ मेरे सामने है मैं क्यों गुस्ताखी करूंगा टू टेल हिम भाई सत्संग आओ रेगुलर आओ सुनो अपने जन्म धन्य करो साधना करो आई कांट टेल बिकॉज ही लुक्स दैट ही इज हिमसेल्फ इज ब्रह्मन ही आल्सो थिंक्स लाइक दैट माया. So here Leela Upakhyana in this story, Leela is narrating her earlier life. Okay. Tatra te petatur devyo grame anta shitalatmani. Both devis have landed onto that grama which is so cool from within. Bhoga moksha shriyau shante pumsi iva vidatmani. The one Purusha who is Shanta because he has known and established in the self. To him, Bhoga and Moksha, both of them, unasked come. In that way, both of them landed. Then, Kalena Etavata, in the meantime, Leela, that Leela, Tena Abhyasena, by that Abhyasa taught by mother, Sa Bhavat, she became what? Shuddha Jnanaika Dehatvat. That she had detached from the Ashuddha Stula Dehatadhatmya and then she has come to Shuddha Jnana Sthiti, Ativahika Deha it's called. Because of that, Trikala Amala Darshini. Conspicuously, distinctly, she could now see the past, present, and future. Atha, therefore, Sasmara Sarvahataha Praktanihi Samsrutehe Gatihi. All her earlier lives, happenings, doings, she could very clearly remember, especially of this Brahmani Jivana in that Gurigrama, because at present they are there. सा स्वयं स्वरसेनैव प्राग जन्म मरणादिकाः including how she died that also she knows. Now Mother Saraswati is there, she is sharing with her. Leela Uvacha, up to this we said yesterday, Devi Deshamimam Drishtva, O Mother, seeing this place, this grama near this giri, Tat Prasadat, Smarami Aham, with your grace, of guidance to me to reach to Ativaya Kriya through the Nirvikalpa Samadhi Abhyasa. I have done it and you are with me to bless me, protect me. With your Anugraha, I am now in the Ativaya Sthiti. Therefore, I became Trikalagnya. Therefore, Smarami. I am remembering. What? Ihatat Praktanam Sarvam Cheshtitam Cheshtitantaram. One after the chestas, whatever I have done in my earlier life, I remember all of them. So one of the lesson from it is what? Appears that it is already told, but it is little different. What is what? If we are not careful about in that illusion of mind, the same routine we involve in out of abhyasa, and there is no joy in the doing, but there is a joy because of the abhyasa. In Gita, it said in the 18th chapter, Abhyasad Ramate Yatra. It is Abhyasa Ramanam, that there is no Ramanam in that object. So, in the same way, a trick of the mind to put us in the routine. Where generally we are lazy, we don't want to take up the new ventures. अब वो भी थोड़ा हायर वाले डिफिकल्ट वाले हैं तो करने को मन ही नहीं होता. दैट्स सो जिंदगी जिंदगी खत्म हो जाती. So same routine of worldliness continues. That's the lesson we have to learn from it. So what are the things she is remembered? Iha bhuma vaham jirna. Sorry, iha bhuvamaham jirna. Shiralangi krishasita. Brahmani shushkadar bhagra. Vedaruksha karodara. Now she is narrating her Brahmani life. Her name was Arundhati that time. And the husband was Vasishtha. ऐसा नाम था उनका. They are not the real Vasishtha who is the guru of this Shastra. So she says, Iha abhuvam aham. Here I was living. And the fresh was the old age and death, na? Latest, before she is born as Rani. Before she is born as this Leela, in the earlier life, the fresh latest is the old age. That she is remembering more. Iha abhuvam aham. Here I was staying. How was she? Jirna. Very old. Old age में the oldness, no other work, no going out, nobody inviting, staying with oneself. Too much of this jara sthiti and roga sthiti, mrityu sthiti is so much remembered that those vasanas become strong. That is the example here. Jirna, then Shirala Angi Krusha. Shirala Angi Krusha. Shirala means the Dhamani and Shira. The nerves and vessels, they are there in the inside out. When a person becomes old and thin, all the body, the bones and muscles are not muscles, the nerves are seen. That is the meaning of Shirala Angikrita. Anga is seen with all Shirala. Then Sita, the whole body became pale. बाल तो पूरा सफेद हो ही गया था. Then Brahmani, at that time I was Brahmani with this type of old age. Then Shushka Darbha Agrabheda. Shushka means so much of dried up. Darbha Agra Bheda Ruksha Kara Udara. This is the Kara. The Kara Udara is this. It is Bheda and Ruksha. So much it is chiseled and it is so much cut with so many of the cuts because being Brahmani to make arrangements for husband doing yajna etc. Every day I have to go and fetch those darbha and then remove all the unwanted and make it ready for him. वो कर करके in today's example in many of the houses even now the women folk they don't have servants or the servants का example हो कि if a big family they are cooking food 10 years के बाद you will see all otherwise they look so nice हाथ देखो उनका इतना कटा हुआ छिला रहता बिकॉज टमाटर क्या होता प्याज काटा और आलू को छिला कितने बार कट गया होता है अदरक को छीलना पड़ता है इतना कर करके देयर हैंड्स आर फुल ऑफ दैट you can see some of them mainly in every of the houses some places we have seen and they are hesitant to show their hand because those all especially these four fingers and these two thumbs जो होते हैं ना इतने कटे हुए and when you look at the hands of them if somebody shows the hand shows स्वामी देखा मेरा हाथ कितना साफ है इसका अर्थ stupid you don't work at all and the other one when the hand is shown इतना काटा पीटा है इसका अर्थ है so she is cooking at home. कुकिंग करो, दे गार्डनिंग के टाइम पे हाथ कटता है, सिलाई के टाइम पे हाथ कटता है, झाड़ू पोछा में करता है, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बर्तन मांजने में, isn't it? Different things were used those days, so हाथ ही कटता था. So she says, my hand, the udara of the hasta, is so much with so many scratches, mainly because of everyday making the darbha ready for the husband or the functions that happen in the brahmana's house. एवरी टाइम द यज्ञ करो या श्राद्धादि करो, अनुनित्य नित्याग्निहोत्र के लिए भी जरूरत है. सो शी इज टेलिंग कि आई यूज टू हैव दैट टाइप ऑफ हैंड्स. मे बी सीइंग दैट शी मस्ट हैव प्रेड कि हाँ भगवान, आई एम डूइंग योर उपासना एंड ऑल, दिस मच सी हैंड इज सो बैड, प्लीज गिव मी गुड हैंड, शी मस्ट हैव आस्क्ड. भगवान सोचा होगा कि हाउ कैन शी हैव अ हैंड व्हिच इज सॉफ्ट इवन दो शी इज old only one way, that she should not work. And what is the only way she should not work? That she should be Rani. Therefore, उसके हाथ साफ होने के लिए she is made as a Rani and lost her Brahmanatva. Example, analysis, connection. You can establish. As a Rani कोई काम काज नहीं, हाथ देखो सुंदर, like that. So maybe the she will do our sankalpas, and Lord sees our sincerity, seriousness, and ability and deservability. Yeah, He answers some of our prayers. And you can see in the next 20 slokas how, as a Brahmana Stri, she was going on struggling. So she might have planned or prayed, Ki, I don't want to struggle so much. In the meantime, her husband Brahman also, when he saw the Raja, he also felt, यार मैं क्या जीवन जी रहा हूँ, भूखा प्यासा वाला, how nice to be a king. He also did sankalpa. And she did sankalpa to be with the husband. Because he became Raja, she had to become Rani. Isn't it? That's how our sankalpas, our karmas, our prarthanas give us our next lives. ये याद रखो, careful रहो. I am to praying this way, sharing with you. As regard the upadhis and places are concerned, as I deserve, as you feel fit, O Lord, you give me. But as regards my antakarna is concerned, let it become purified and meditate only on you to realize you. Isn't it? I pray like this. Your choice. You know better than me. You will give the best only. But wherever I am placed, चाहे विधि राखे राम, ताहि विधि रहते हुए राम का स्मरण करना, है ना. चाहे विधि राखे राम, ताहि विधि रहिए, इट्स ओनली हाफ टीचिंग इट इज. द सेकंड हाफ इज वहां रहते हुए रिमेंबर लॉर्ड, दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. नेक्स्ट कि भर्तु कुल करी भार्या दोह मंथान शालिनी माता सकल पुत्राणाम अतिथीनाम प्रियंकरी. तो she was remembering all of them and telling, Bhartuhu Kulakari Bharya. I was such a noble wife of doing such a seva to Bharta, husband, and his Kula Gaurava Maryada, Sab, I used to protect. That way I was always aware of. Means all the Riti Rivas of the husband's family, I learnt very soon and exactly as I was expected and taught by the mother-in-law and that family, all of that I used to do. Wonderful thought, no? Bhartuhu Kulakari Bharya. I was like that. Second, Doha Manthana Shalini. I was expert and it was necessary for me every day to do the manthana, the churning of, the curd into the buttermilk as well as the butter, and out of that bring the ghee, heat करके उसको, use that ghee for 10 purposes. दिया जलाने के लिए लगाओ, खाना बनाने के लगाओ, हर चीज के लिए घी की जरूरत है, यज्ञ याग के लिए जरूरत है. तो दोह मंथान शालिनी is I used to do the manthana of the dahi etc. every day. That is a routine for them. So Bhartu Kulakari Bharya Doha Mantana Shalini. Third, Mata Sakala Putranam. So many children I had. Jeshta Sharma is the eldest one, but so many other children too. Because that Brahmana and the Kula they wanted children. So Mata Sakala Putranam Atithinam Priyankari. I was always respecting Atithi Devo Bhava, taking them to the Lord. I used to make them happy. There are some people experts in attending to the guests. Lovingly they welcome, make them sit, give all the good best of the hospitality throughout the stay cheerful and all. दूसरी चीज नहीं करते हो, but they are very good at being a good host. To be a good host also is an art. Yeah, people so frustrated doing nothing, but anybody gets to coming, क्यों आया मेरे घर में करके they put a such a frowning face, है ना? देखो whole world is भगवान. अति देवो भव शास्त्र said. So what's wrong if you host 1 or 2 days somebody? Love them, give them. Together you can do something creative, constructive. So anyway, I was Atithinam Priyam Kari. So she used to have get lot of Atithis. Husband ke side ke relatives Anna or any other Atithis coming. I used to really give them whatever I could do, the Bhojana Adi. Wonderful. So she was remembering all of them. When I am telling this, you can also remember in your last 200 years what you have done. If your age is 202 years now. अतिथीनां प्रियंकरी देन देवद्विज सतां भक्ता सिक्तांगी घृत गोरपसैः भर्जनी चरुकुंभादि भांडोपस्कर शोधिनी देव द्विज सतां भक्ता. I was great devotee of Deva. So in their house, that puja mandira, so much of puja she used to do every day and on special occasions. So to Dvija Bhakta, when the Brahmanas used to come for Bhiksha Bhojana, taking care of them. Then Satam, all the Sadhu Santa. So Devatas, Brahmanas, and Sadhu. I used to do the puja. Because of all that, only in this life, she got the idea to invoke Saraswati and she could do it successfully. To such an extent that from Mata directly she got Chidakasha Vidya. और क्या चाहिए? So Deva Dvija Satam Bhakta. So she was remembering how she used to be with so much of genuine devotion of the heart. She used to serve Deva and Dvija and Satpurusha. Now while listening this, are we doing them at least in this life? We have to remember. In these things we have to engage every moment. That's how we are invoking Punya. And this takes us to the holy company in the coming life. And that helps us in getting the guidance direction from the Rishi and Guru. So Deva Dvijasatam Bhakta, then Siktangi Ghrita Gorasaihi. Ghrita, the ghee, and Gorasa, the milk and curd, etc. Siktangi, always my hands and everything was smeared with them because कुछ ना कुछ वो काम मैं करती ही रहती थी हमेशा. You understood? खाना बनाने वाला, यज्ञ के लिए तैयारी करने वाला, बच्चों को खिलाने वाला, something or the other cooking engaged only, therefore always to my sharira the hands ये घृता और गो रस लिपट चिपका ही रहता है. देन भर्जनी चरु कुंभादि भांड उपस्कर शोधिनी. तो the bharjana patra, then charu patra, then kumbha, and then bhanda and upaskara. कुंभा इज मटके वगैरह, भांडा मीन्स बड़े बड़े बर्तन जो खाना लाते, भांडा फोड़. then upaskara means all other cooking as well as puja sambandhi all utensils. It shodhini, I was for hours together washing them because so many were children at home, atithis at home, यज्ञादि etc. तो इतने सारे भांड एंड उपस्कर एंड भर्जनियां तैयार होते थे एंड आई हैव टू वॉश देम. है ना, इन दोज डेज रिमेंबर एशेस या सैंड लेकर के हमारे घर में ऐसा नारियल का छिलका एंड ऐश, है ना, कोयला लकड़ से पानी गर्म करते थे इन दैट बॉयलर वगैरह. देन केयरफुली दैट ऐश इज कलेक्टेड, देन द नारियल का छिलका वहां रहता था. देन भांडा उपस्कर शोधिनी. Always remember my mother hand, I was telling, always in that big family of 10, 15 people. So she was busy in B&W, Bartan Manjne Wali. She remembers all that. So she might have felt that also a heavy load, might have prayed to the mother, यार मेरे को अगले जन्म ऐसा दे, मैं दूंगा नहीं. Becoming Rani is the best way to become extremely lazy. Like that only some of you might have prayed, therefore in this life you have sufficient money, bank balance, good earning and pensioned husband. Therefore you can appoint 10 servants and they do everything and you watch them. Luck hai, you are also not less than Leela. I like this one. Bharjani Charukumbhadi Bhanda Upaskara Shodhini. Other things of kapda dhona वगैरह you can add all of them. BJP, बर्तन झाड़ू पोछा तो चलता ही रहता है. देन नित्यमन्न लवाक्तैका काचकंबु प्रकोष्ठका जामातृ दुहितृ भ्रातृ पितृमातृ प्रपूजनी. सी नित्यम अन्न लव आक्त एक काच कंबु प्रकोष्ठका है ना. प्रकोष्ठका इज बैंगल. एक एक ही था. काच मेड आउट ऑफ द ग्लास. वन ग्लास बैंगल एक ही था. दो तीन है तो एक दो लगे टूट जाते करके. एंड दैट वन बैंगल आल्सो अन्न लवाक्त. Always some or the other food particles are there only. In the sense, all the time working and there's no time even to wash properly. Like breakfast kar diya, by the time thing is over, to wash. When I wash over, then again lunch ke liye tayari karo, then evening ke liye. So always to my hand, there is some anna there only to the bangle. Laga hua. Nityam anna lavakta eka kacha kambu prakoshtaka. And the next one is very good. Pujani. I was full respectfully taking care of all of them. Who are they? Jamatru Pujani. Jamata means son-in-law. And those days the son-in-law to Bhagwan se zyada hota tha. The Dashamagraham. We have seen all that. And how much such a dushta some of them give so much tension to the parents of the wife. है ना. खाना नहीं खाएंगे, टाइम पे नहीं आएंगे, ऐसे बैठे रहेंगे और सताएंगे, बात नहीं करेंगे. बाप रे, तौबा तौबा. Jamatru puja I used to do. Then Duhitru, daughter also used to take care. Bhratru, I had my brothers. I was taking care of them. Pitru, father. Matru, mother. Prapujini. So whether it is mother or father or brother and his family, or daughter and her husband, all of them I was attending to. He said, "Padake na, I remember my mother only. She also must be there in some great place along with the Anushtanas, Upavasas. So I to pray all the punya go to them. They gave the sharira and all. So Jamatru, Duhitru, uh, Bhratru, Pitru, Matru, Prapujani. She was remembering, each one coming in different occasions, and I used to fully attend to them. है ना. Ah. Next, Adeham Sadmabhrutyaiva Prakshina Vacham Chiramiti Vadinyanishamakula Adeham. Adeham till I was alive. Deha Paryasapt hone tak. Sadmabhrutya Eva. I was only a servant of this house. Olden days में ऐसा ही होता था. They never know the road also outside. The other street. Then throughout life, 50-60 साल dedicated only to the house. Even now, some oldies above 75, you ask them. अब थोड़ा वो लोग बाहर निकल रहे हैं तो ask them of their own younger years. So busy at home. She says like that. Adeham sadmabhrutya eva prakshina dinayamini. I never knew how days and nights are going on spent by being a bhrutya of the house. And this I also experienced nowadays from last 5 years. I don't know how these 6-7 years have passed. Because दिन भर ये क्लास करो ये पढ़ो करो बाकी टाइम अपना घर गृहस्थी. All the household. I don't even remember how the February 11 has gone. अब तो डर भी चला गया. ऐसा करते करते भगवान का नाम लेते हैं, एक दिन शरीर छोड़ेंगे. इज फिक्स्ड हो गया वो. नो नथिंग टू वरी नाउ. So, Prakshina, Dina and Yamini, day and night used to just get spent by being servant of the house till I was the last moment. Again, I remember my mother. Till the last moment, service. Oh, When we serve, na, at least the tamoguna doesn't come to us. We are active. And from that we can jump into sattva-guna. Today, because of too much of comforts, conveniences, riches and servants, we are falling into the extreme tamoguna. Biggest problem that's happening to Indians. मैं कहता हूँ सब सर्वेंट वर्वेंट सब निकालो घर में काम करो खुद करो तो पता चलता है कि हाउ मेनी अननेसेसरी थिंग्स वी आर and why especially I say that the more you take service from others you take gross service from them but your subtle punya of your sadhana etc goes wasted for them goes for them कौन सा कीमत है आपका वो साधना अनुष्ठान कीमत है वो जो छोटे छोटे काम हाँ 100 रुपए का काम लेता हूं मैं तो 1000 रुपए का मेरा उपासना पुण्य उनके लिए जाता है इसलिए आई डोंट अलो एनीवन बाबा जब तक जिंदा है आई विल डू इट आई डोंट डिपेंड और आस्क do you know then only we become active and we know the limitations of our requirements these are all sadhanas and don't justify it no I have a lot of money I am giving food to 10 families by appointing them as servants साधकों के लिए ये सारा जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं होता हाँ डाउट अदर पीपल कैन डू इट so, Dina Prakshina Dinayamini, then the interesting thing, Vacham Chiram Chiramiti Vadini Anisham Akula. Anisham all the time, Akula with distress and restlessness, Vadini. I used to only go on shouting, shouting. What is that shouting? Chiram Chiramiti. Because of so many things to be done at home, whoever are supposed to do whatever, I had to push them continuously. जल्दी कर करके दिन भर मुझे ऐसे चिल्लाना ही पड़ता था. She says, वाचम चिरम चिरम इति वादिनी अनिशम आकुला. वो चिल्ला never get up. अरे get up जल्दी कर जल्दी नहा जल्दी खा जल्दी चल. So I had to push the children, the husband, because everybody is irresponsible, lazy, and especially the servants. You know, in all these rich families' houses, mein, their tension is this only. The servant comes आराम से and these become restless because party kitty party का time हो रहा है. Then चिरम चिरम जल्दी कर जल्दी साफ कर जल्दी ये कर वो कर. I was also like that, especially with the servants, whoever are there. Some of them, because all the things such a big house, she cannot. There may be some helpers or co-daughters in-law, जो भी होंगे. So I always being the responsible women, I had to shout at them, chiram chiram karke. So vacham chiram chiramiti vadini. Anisham akula. You know, if there's house, joint family with four children, total 7, 8 of them, you know, morning time में how they hurry each other, shout at each other. You know, आजकल लड़कियां ज्यादा लेजी है उठते नहीं नहाते नहीं अपने बाल संवारते नहीं it's very entertainment that way you know the human beings watching them all this tamasha is a good entertainment time pass this we are missing nowadays you know staying aloof and lonely and all that chiram chiram vacham and that's a very active dynamic thing you know only one washroom used to be there गए जल्दी निकल करके वहां चिल्लाना and only one mirror is there only one comb used to be there ऐसे है कि ना जल्दी कर मुझे कॉलेज जानी है मेकअप करनी है वगैरह हैं? ये वाला in this way all of that remembering and the most important thing comes now कि काहम क इव संसारः इति स्वप्नेपि असंकथा जाया श्रोत्रियमूढ़स्य तादृशस्यैव दुर्धियः अब मस्त बात एक कहकर टुडे विल कंक्लूड कि का अहम हु एम आई कैव संसारः व्हाट इज दिस samsara is it real is there anything real other than it iti in this way the question about the paratattva or beyond thing swapne api asam katha I was so busy that even in the dream I used to get the dreams of the worldly activity only that even in the dream even one time also कि who am I? What is this life? What is the reality? What is the truth? That thought also even not even once it occurred to me. Leela is very honest in confessing. Kaham kaiva samsara iti swapne bhi asankatha. स्वप्न में भी एक बार भी थॉट नहीं आया. And what about my husband? That Mr. Vasishtha, though their good qualities were told, Jaya, I am a Jaya, Shrotriya Mudhasya. She is calling her husband as Shrotriya Mudha. What is Shrotriya Mudha? He was not Brahmanishta. He studied Shastra, but he was more busy in the Yajna Yaga Karma only. Tadrushasya eva Durdhiyaha. He was also engaged in Yajna all according to his own tradition, but the Tattva Chintana he never himself did. He never, even I also never got any thought or an occasion. So Leela remembers all that. And we also, in our childhood days, youthhood days, if you see, where was the remembrance of all this Shastra Tattva? तब भी योग वासिष्ठ रामायण था, तब भी Gita was there. Then Upanishads were that time also. The gurus were there, satsangas were going on there. But how busy we were engaged in so many things. That is what is the thing. काहम कैव संसार इति स्वप्नेपि असंकथा जाया श्रोत्रिय मूढ़स्य तादृशस्य एव दुर्धियः. You know, he was also so busy in his own yajna and all. He was so fanatic sort of him, and I had to only serve him. And he always used to quote, "I, you are supposed to take care of this house and me. That's why you are married here." आप क्या करें भाई? I was like that. Then ekaniष्ठा समित शाक गोम इंधन संचये म्लान कंब संवीत शिरालक घृष गात्रिका तर्नकी कर्णज हस्त कृमि निष्कास तत्परा गृह शाखाय नासेक सत्वराहुत कर्परा. In this way, we have seen up to 10 shlokas. So maybe up to 31 shlokas she will describe all her personal anubhavas and the places which she used to use for which purpose, etc. So that's how this is a clear picture to us with this example of which we already heard theory so many times. Therefore, need not worry about this life and our death. We had earlier also. Don't be afraid. आगे भी चलेगा. But be afraid of one thing, that continuing this way is not a dignity of human. Then what is it? Discover the reality and get out of this samsara. How to do so? Study Upanishads, Vedanta, understand about the Chidakasha or Atma, Bodha Swarupa Pratyagatma. Realize it. Tomorrow will continue. Om Purnamadaha Om Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Sab Santana ki Jai. Where is Yoga Vaashishtha talking Brahma Vidya? And here in Leelopakhyanam, just like an entertainment, we are taken to all lokas also, and some mundane domestic things also. Vaashishtha is telling to Rama, and Valmiki is writing, and I am talking, and you are listening. तमाशा है ना, बढ़िया सा. एनीवे, आ जाओ, वाक्य वृत्ति पढ़ते हैं.